Hello everybody, this is my experiment in a Pollarded Willow. It is another fusion project, but what I want is a small Pollarded Willow that I can maybe have on a windowsill. If you've seen any of the playlists, you'll know I lost the Pollarded Willow I had in the hot summer last year. So I'm starting again from scratch, but what I wanted was, one day I'm going to become too old for all my trees, and I'm hoping that's not for 20 years or so, 30 years even. I'm 55, so if I could only keep one or two trees, maybe old and infirm, but I want a couple of trees. I want trees that will remind me of, when I'm younger. Long walks down the country lanes in my part of Somerset where you see plenty of Pollarded Willows. So that's what I'm going to try and do. Now, as I said, in the hot summer last year, I lost the predecessor to this one that was in this pot. So I've been out and I've bought a much deeper, chunkier pot, and I'm using much more organic matter in my mix than I have done for some of the other trees, because willows like it wet. So I part filled the pots. This is the other. I had two of these white willows on the go and I lost both of those, but I didn't lose the little goat willow. That's still going quite well. I'm going to put this into a matching little pot, so yeah, there's not going to be much root pruning, if any, simply because I've left a little bit late for these trees, so it's just going to be a question of easing this out of this pot, which isn't going to take much effort at all. As you can see, it's quite dry. I should have watered it really, but that I'm just going to slip as is straight into this chunkier pot. Let me see, yeah, as is into this chunkier pot. So I'm going to have to put in a bit more soil. You can tell that those trees have only been in that pot since the end of last summer. That they had put on some root, they haven't put on very much. Okay, so I'm going to sit that just off to the side, tuck all these roots in. As I say, I'm not particularly worried about losing any roots at this point, simply because I've left it a little late. I could lose some of the top, but I actually want to let it grow this summer, and then prune it back hard for next year. Now, I don't think I need to worry too much about any air spaces, because there's so little root on the trees. So that's number one. Put it for one side, and then with this one, again, I'm just going to slip it out of the pot, just like you would if you were transplanting any other plant into a bigger pot. I'm going to try and get that drainage screen out if I can. There we go. And just break up the roots a little so they'll go out into the fresh compost, and then it's just a question of finding. At the moment I'm liking that as my front. I like this sort of inverted teardrop scar. So just going to work that base down into the soil, and then it's just a question of topping it up. Ensure good old-fashioned gardener's tap. This one's a bit more central in the pot, but I kind of like it like that. So put that label back in. This is a goat willow. I don't know if I said that or not. So I'm going to give these a drink, and then we'll come back and do a couple of 360s on them. Okay, so there we are, all watered in, glistening. As I say, this is my idea of, it'll just remind me when I'm older of long walks with the dog, etc. in my part of Somerset. And so that's the goat willow. Obviously these shoots will be allowed to grow out year upon year, prune back just like you would with any other pollard willow, which also means that if I'm old and infirm and I have carers or something and I need to get them to prune my trees for me, you know, they can have simple instructions: cut the top off, let it regrow, nothing complicated. So that's the goat willow, and then this is the white willow. So let's move the camera back a little with this one. So yeah, I have decided I am going to cut this back a little. Never leave well enough alone, eh? I'm going to cut each of these back to its lowest open shoot, and that's all I'm going to do. May induce a little bit of back budding lower down, but I'm not terribly upset if it doesn't. As I say, what I'm interested in is creating a bit of a trunk and some fusion up to about here, and then these 4 pieces will be pruned back at this level and allowed to regrow each year in the same manner as the other. So there you go. It's got a little bit of movement in it. It's not a dead straight trunk. A long way to go, but I hope so have I. And that's all for now, so thank you for watching, and as always, take care of yourselves. Oh, just one more thing. If you have an idea of a tree, a single tree that you might like to keep from your collection into old age, jot it in the comments below. I'd be interested to know what other people think. Cheery bye.